What's up, guys? Coverage Genius here, back again with another video, and today is Thursday, August 6th, 2020. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. And if you've been here before and you've come back, well, welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate your time. I know you guys are busy, so it really means a lot to me that you've come by to watch my video today. So appreciate it. And you know what I would appreciate even more? If you take a second to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. So smash that like button, click, move your little mouse pointer, boom, boom, and smash that like button. It's really gonna help me out with building my channel and building this community. So today is Thursday, and what are Thursdays? Well, I've been thinking about it, and I think I'm gonna label Thursday as Thirsty Thursdays. So, did you grab your glass of wine or your beer? In my case, I grabbed a bottle of Gatorade. Not Haterade, Gatorade. I gotta replenish my electrolytes. That's good. So back to the video. Why the name Thirsty Thursdays? Well, when we're working out, right, and we're sweating and we're parched, we're thirsty, we want to drink up on whatever liquid that's available to quench our thirst. And the same thing I want to share. I'm always looking for things to quench my thirst for knowledge. There are so many smart people out there that have developed tactics or learned things and have, wealth of knowledge that they like to share, whether it's through books, through podcasts, through articles, through whatever it is. And I just like to soak up that information. And so Thursdays are going to be days where I just share with you things that I've soaked up, things that I've learned to quench my thirst for knowledge, so that maybe it can help you. Maybe it could teach you something, and maybe you can learn something from what I learned and apply it to your life to help you grow and maybe help grow your business or whatever it is that you're working on. So, to quench the thirst of knowledge, right, so that it can lead to a better life. And maybe to create a better environment of success for you. Okay, so today I'm just going to share with you a book that I just completed, and it's a freaking amazing book here. And this is the book. I don't know if you can see it, right? But it's called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. Author is James Clear. Okay, you got that? All right. This is a freaking awesome book. Okay, and the title actually is kind of like the synopsis of the book, right? That tiny changes will lead to remarkable results. And I'm just gonna share a couple things from this book that really hit home for me, and there are many things. I'm just going to share a few of them with you because I want you to get this book and read it so that you can learn the other things yourselves and apply it to your life. But let me just say right off the bat, I think this book is really great because it made me realize that the things that I'm doing every day, like normally every day, those are habits that are instilled in my brain. And a little tweak to my approach to these habits can lead to a drastic effect, a drastic change in my life and how I approach my life, right? So that being said, I'm going to share with you three quick things that I got from this book, out of the many that I've gotten that I've learned, and probably there's many more that I've missed, but I'm just going to share 3 things, okay? And let me give you a tip. While you're reading a book, and this is why I like real books and not getting books on the Kindle. I mean, Kindle is great for just reading maybe like fiction books, fun stuff, but like actual real important nonfiction books. I mean, I like to have these books in my hand so that I can feel the pages and that I can take my pen and really write down any notes that come to me while I'm reading the books and underline, okay, or highlight or whatever it is. And I feel that this method of reading is very important because it connects what you're reading on the page to your brain, because you actually have to think about what you're writing, and it makes that connection. At least it does for me. So that's what I do. Anytime I read a book, if you see me reading a book, I have a pen or a highlighter or some sort of pencil in hand so that I can underline and write notes. And what's great about this process too is that I also, and I learned this from somewhere, I think I learned it from Tim Ferriss or something like that, but basically I keep an index in the front of the book. And so while I'm reading a chapter and I have notes here, I create a little index in the front where I can refer to. So, you know, when I read these books, I don't just read the book once and then throw it aside, right? These books are really so good that it doesn't hurt reading them another time, a third time, a fourth time, or even a fifth time, right? Because a lot of times when I reread books, I pick up things that I didn't pick up the first time around. And when I read a book for a third time, I pick up things that I didn't pick up in the first and second times around. Which is really crazy because I read these books pretty intently. But I guess it really is because of the situation that I am in, the environment that I'm in, the present time that I'm in when I'm reading the book. I gather things that apply to me at that time. And later on down the road, I might not be in the same mindset, right? So it's just really fascinating to me. And so I definitely recommend writing the notes, keeping an index. It's great because like some of these books even have table of contents, right? So you can write kind of notes in a table of contents so that when you come to the book again, or you remember something that was in a book, you don't waste time trying to go through the book and find where you actually wrote the notes or highlight it. You can actually refer to the index that you made that's in the front or in the back cover of the book and just find what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so that was a tip. Take it with a grain of salt. I highly recommend doing that because it'll save you a lot of time. Anyway, let's go into the 3 things that I really want to share with you in this book that really hit home with me. So let's start. Number 1. So before I share the first thing, James Clear, he organizes this book by breaking it down into different sections, okay? He talks about 4 different laws. I'm not going to mention it because I want you to get the book and read it yourself. He starts with fundamentals, 4 different laws, advanced tactics, and that's how he ends it. So I'm going to share the first thing that I'm going to share. I'm just going to read it from the book because, you know, these are his thoughts and his thinking, and I'm just relaying this to you, and I'm going to just share with you what I thought was really cool about this. And it's just 1 sentence. He's talking about basically human behavior, all right? This is the feedback loop behind all human behavior. Try, fail, learn, try differently. With practice, the useless movements fade away and the useful actions get reinforced. That's a habit forming. Okay, and you know what? This is so vital, and I think this is such a foundational principle when you're trying to learn something or you're trying to figure out. This is the process in that we all face when we're trying to learn something or create something to be a habit, right? We try, and most times we fail because, we're not geniuses. We don't know what we're doing. We learn from that failure, and then we try a different approach, and we keep going through this loop until we actually learn how to do it, and we continue to keep doing it until we learn how to perfect the craft. And most crafts are perfected after an extensive period of trying, right? And as we try, we learn what not to do, and we learn what to do, and we try to make that better and better and better. And as we're going through this process, this whole thing is getting reinforced of what we're trying to learn. And I think this is so crucial, especially in this day and age when everything is like, we need it right now. We need it right now. Why am I not making money right now? Why am I not a millionaire right now? Why am I not successful right now? And the reason is because you don't know shit. You don't know anything, right? You can't expect to become a millionaire overnight unless you're extremely lucky, like you win the lotto, or something, or you get this money somehow. You're not going to become a success overnight. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes repetition. It takes practice to develop your skill and to develop your craft, right? There's a book written by Malcolm Gladwell, and I'm going to talk about this book in the future, because this is a crazy book. It's an awesome book. But in the book, it basically says to become a master at something, you need to practice at least 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours to become a master at something. That's a pretty freaking long time. And in order for something to become a really crazy habit, you have to understand the whole process of developing that habit. So I thought that was a great point. Point number one. Let's move on to the next point. Point number two that I want to share with you talks about, it's in the chapter of the secret of self-control. And I thought this paragraph kind of hit home for me as well, okay? And I'm going to read it for you. Recent research, however, shows something different. When scientists analyze people who appear to have tremendous self-control, it turns out those individuals aren't all that different from those who are struggling. Instead, disciplined people are better at structuring their lives in a way that does not require heroic willpower and self-control. In other words, they spend less time in tempting situations. The reason why this hit home for me was, simply this. Over the last few months, I've been trying to get my health in order. Right? I noticed that because a lot of times I'm sitting at a desk in front of a computer talking to people, I'm not moving as much as I want to. So obviously I've gained weight. And in the past, when I tried to, let's say lose weight, I would try to diet, and it was extremely, extremely difficult. No matter how much willpower I had, no matter how much self-control that I thought I had, I would always end up failing. But actually, recently I've lost a lot of weight, and I've actually improved my health. And I'm going to go into that in another future video. But one thing that really helped me is to take myself out of the tempting situations. Meaning, take myself out of the places where I want to eat this really, really good tasting food that I know is not good for me. How did I do that? Well, I would start cooking my own food, preparing my own food, shopping at the grocery store with the intention of buying good food, healthy food, not processed food. And I'll go into this later, but I thought this was really great. You know, this sentence is saying you don't have to have tremendous willpower and self-control to be successful. All you really need to do is take yourself out of the environment that breaks your self-control, that hinders your willpower. So I thought that was a really good point. Let's go to the final third thing that I want to share with you. Number 3, the final thing that I want to share with you is this, and I'm going to read it straight from the book. One of the most effective things you can do to build better habits is to join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. I'm going to read this again because this is so freaking important, okay? One of the most effective things you can do to build better habits is to join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. What is this sentence saying? It's basically saying you are a product of your environment. You know, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I was not hanging around the best type of people. Okay, I mean, I had a bunch of different types of friends. I had in high school, I had the friends that studied really well, and they were like the A, you know, they get all the A's and they study hard. They had good study, you know, habits, and they participated in all these clubs and sports, and they were really good students. And then there was the other group that were the slackers, who skipped classes and during break time didn't study but went to the pool hall and shot pool and, you know, went out to eat at the diner. Okay, so my dad, who, you know, my dad is probably one of the smartest people that I know. So thankful that he's in my life. And as I'm getting older, I really am appreciating him more and more because he has a lot of wisdom. You know, sometimes we butt heads like all families do. Sometimes I disagree on things, but majority of the time he has valid points. And what he used to say to me was, stop hanging around these stupid people, right? Stop hanging around. He was always on top, even though he was busy with his business. My mom and dad, very busy till this day. They're like, my dad's over 70 and he's still working his ass off. He's not retired. He's still working, and he doesn't need to because he's tremendously wealthy. And that's a whole nother thing I'll get into. But his work ethic is really good. And what he would say to me is, hang around the smart people. He's like, don't hang around wasting your time with the people who are just fooling around. Try to make friends with the smart people. And I was like, that's so dumb, Dad. I mean, like, I'm not gonna just hang around with one type of people, or, you know, I'm gonna hang around with people. You know, I wanna go play pool. You know, I wanna just, like, you know, go hang out. What kid doesn't? But his point really. As I've grown older, his point does make sense. You want to hang around with people. If you want to be successful, you want to hang around with the people that are successful, right? You don't want to hang around the people who aren't successful because they don't know how to be successful and they can't teach you how to be successful. Their successfulness can't rub off onto you because they're not successful. So, if you want to be successful in, let's say, real estate, then you hang around with the best realtors that are killing it, right? Because they are doing well because they know the tactics, they know what to do, and, you know, maybe they can be your mentors, or maybe you can learn from them simply by observing what they do. That is the type of environment that you want to be in. So, I think this this sentence is probably one of the most important sentences in this book because it's totally true. Stick into the environment or join an environment which displays what you want to become. Because when you're in that environment, without you knowing, you're going to be intertwined in that environment, and really you're going to see growth in whatever it is that you want to become. All right, guys, well, those were my 3 points. Definitely recommend getting this book, Atomic Habits. I have a link in the description below. It's a referral link. You know, if you click on it, awesome. If you don't, okay, whatever. But it does help a little bit with this channel. I'm trying to grow it, right? So if you haven't already, please smash that like button. Please smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Give me some encouragement, okay? I want to reach out to as many people as possible and grow this community into one where we can learn from each other. And I think that's always a great thing. So please smash the like button. Leave any comments if you have any questions or if you want me to talk about other things. I do enjoy talking about real estate and finance and those insurance and financial planning and those types of things. Always have had a fascination with it. So if you have any questions that you want me to address in future videos, please, by all means, let me know. All right. Well, that's it for today, Thursday, August 6th, 2020. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.